Hello, friends. Thank you for jumping on this video. I just finished a podcast, and during the podcast, I got to the end of it, and I didn't finish the entire article that I was sharing with the folks who listen to our podcast. The title of the podcast is How to Connect the Gospel to Parental Discipline. And so I'm talking about how to bring the gospel to bear in how you discipline your children. All of us have been affected by parental discipline. Either we've been on the receiving end of it, or now we are in the place where we are giving parental discipline to our children. And if you want to read that article that I shared, or if you want to listen to the podcast, you can go right below this video. You can click on the link and you can read or listen to it, and that would be great. But at the end of the article, I had a call to action aspect of the article, and I asked 5 questions at the end, and I didn't share them on the podcast, and I thought it'd be great to share those, so I'll just do a video, which that's what I'm doing now. And so here is the call to action to that article: how to connect the gospel to parental discipline. And so as you think about it, maybe the Lord will encourage you as you interact with your children. By the way, this also applies to any interaction that you have with anyone. Parental discipline is the idea of confronting someone about something that they have done wrong. And so you have relationships in your life. And so even if maybe you don't have children, or you are beyond the children stage as far as parental discipline is concerned, these questions would be very applicable for the rest of your relationships too. All right, let me jump in. Question number 1. Which are you more aware of when you discipline your children? 1, their sin, or the gospel. And so there's the 2 options. What are you more aware of? Are you more aware of their sin, or are you more aware of the gospel? Is the gospel like this and their sin like this, or is it reversed? If you are more aware of their sin, you won't discipline them with the hope of the gospel in view. You'll be sin-centered, and that will be the primary thing that will affect the discipline that you do. Your children also will experience the adverse effects of what you hope to do for them. And so the gospel really has to be in view primarily. We're not ignoring the sin. Obviously, you are doing parental discipline, but the gospel has to be much bigger than the sin that they have actually committed. All right, the second question is, which are you more aware of when you discipline your children? All right, so here's another turn on that question. Are you more aware of your sin or their sin? Now, hopefully it's like this. What I'm asking you is the log and speck question in Matthew 7. The log, is it in your eye or is it in their eye? Now, the gospel has to be bigger than their sin. And then when it comes to the sin, yours has to be bigger than theirs. Because if you get this reverse, you will not discipline them with humility and grace. A good way to think about this is what you did to Jesus, or what I did to Jesus, is far worse than whatever the child has done at this moment. And so question number 2 is, what are you more aware of when you discipline? Your sin or theirs? I hope that the log is in the proper place. All right, question number 3, which are your children more aware of when they think of you? Here are the 2 options. Are they more aware of your dissatisfaction with them or your affection for them? Hopefully it's like this, and they are more aware of your affection for them than your dissatisfaction. Obviously, you're dissatisfied with whatever it is that they have done, but your correction should be in an environment of grace. The Lord disciplines those that He loves, and so hopefully that your discipline is in this big pool of love that you have for them, and they know that because you have communicated that over and over to them. And so the question is, which are your children more aware of when they think of you? Your dissatisfaction with them or your affection for them? God does not think of you in dissatisfying ways. even though there is a mountain of sin that could swallow up the love that he has for you. And the same goes for me. I'm not saying that as though I am distant or detached from the question that I'm asking, because that's just simply not true. I am aware of the mountain of sin in my past. I'm sure that I'm going to sin in the future, and I'm not even perfect in this at this moment during this day, during this weekend that I'm doing this video. But when I think about God, I don't think of him looking at me in a dissatisfying way. I think of him looking at me with much affection. And so that's the question that I'm asking in number 3. Number 4, what are some of the ways the gospel motivates you to discipline your children? I mean, the gospel is like a word cloud surrounds the word gospel. Grace and mercy and redemption and motivation, motive of the heart. And so as you think about disciplining your children, or again, if you're past the child age or don't have children, as you think about confronting someone, how does the gospel motivate you when you do that? If you want to know more about how to tease that out, perhaps you would want to click on the article that's linked below this video, and that you can read it. And I do talk about that in the article. All right, question number 5. As you're listening to this video, what specific way do you need to change? A very direct and clear question. Maybe there's something that the Spirit of God has spoken to you about. He's illuminated your mind, and it's like, wow, those are some good questions. Maybe there's something here that I need to address. Perhaps you need to talk to someone about that as you work through a concrete and practical plan to change. Would you do that? Now, if you want to talk to us, you're welcome to do it. We have free community forums on our website. People from all over the world can come. It doesn't cost not 1 cent or whatever the denomination is from your country. But it doesn't cost anything. It's our joy to serve you. And so if you want to ask us a question today, I have been on our community forum talking to people. I've been talking to our students in our mastermind program. I've been talking to others who have been asking questions. And so if you want to talk to us, we would love to do that, love to serve you that way. Obviously, the best person to talk to is someone who is close to you and they love God and they're competent in His Word. Your local church would be an excellent resource as well. We have no desire to replace that, but we do want to supplement, and we want to be a supplemental ministry to what God is doing in your life. So if we can serve you, please let us know. If you do want to read the article or listen to the podcast, you're welcome to do that. Again, it's titled How to Connect the Gospel to Parental Discipline. You can read a transcript of the questions that I've just asked you below the video. Thank you so much for watching.